Okay, so we have talked to Storyteller. Now we have to go talk to Shamira. Don't talk. Find a portal, we can probably get to Shamira a little bit faster. Remember the Art of Dream. So, I'm going to talk to Shamira and let her know what we found out about the crystals being demon blood. It's crystallized demon blood. That's where we come from, blah, blah stuff. We should probably just pick up all the hindering crystals and plug them into our blood system. I think that would make life a little bit easier for us. Probably make the game go a little bit faster. Just saying. Did our own mining. That's what they should have done. Continue the storyline or mine for a couple hours. Pick up all the hindering crystals and then walk out of there with the, level 20 mythic powers. Okay, after she notices you, Shamira gives you a displeased frown and irritably asked, "You again. Have you no friends that you must keep coming here to chat with me? Or perhaps, though I find you this extremely hard to believe, you are not completely useless and have something of interest for me. I completed your task. Let's give your arrogance that you have no idea what powers I command. I completed your task." She ignores you, looking somewhere else, but in your mind you hear her angry hiss, "So speak if you have. But use your mind instead of your flapping lips, your mind. I know that you have done much to win Shamira's favor, but my heart tells me that helping her would lead to evil. Forget everything I've told you. You'll find another way to complete our mission. It is wrong to fight evil by increasing the powers of another evil. Reject the promises of the ardent dream, and we'll leave this place before we betray ourselves and our ideals. Screw you. You can stew in your ignorance." Ancient crystals are the blood of the fallen demon lords whose bodies become the blah blah servants. Baphomet's servants mine them like minerals. They do not serve you, and I will not tell you anything. Screw you. You can stew in your ignorance. What? You little piece of filth. A painful spasm twists through your body. Shamira's magic crushes over your will. Will check. With a bit of effort, you manage to force Shamira out of your mind. An angry grimace contorts her face. You can't break me. She brings her force to bear against you. A vein pulses on her temple. Uh-oh. Fail. Will check. Of course I did. With the plus 21, I only had to roll a... 10. In the heat of Shamira's magic, your mind melts like wax. Your knowledge of an hidden crystal surfaces as the demon strips out your memories as efficiently and ruthlessly as a hunter dressing a carcass. Suddenly, the heat subsides, banished by a gust of mountain wind, cool and clear. The hand of the inheritor's voice thunders inside your head. "Hold on, champion. Together we will overpower the magic of this fiend. Fight to the end. Keep trying, it will work." Swearing, Shamira unleashes all her power on you. You'll regret that, you little son of a bitch. You refuse to talk, so be it. I'll just rip everything you know out of your mind. And failed again, because that check was even bigger. In the heat of Shamira's magic, your mind melts like wax, blah blah blah. Finally, she smiles in satisfaction. "I've learned everything I need. Now get out." Demons in the crowd murmur and exchange whispers. You hear disappointment in their voices. It seems most of them wished you to emerge victorious from this confrontation, not the arrogant Shamira, whom no one has humbled in a very long time. They look at you with respect, even fear. After all, they would never dare contradict the ruler of the harem. One demon covertly gives you a thumbs up, then points at Shamira and makes an obscene gesture indicating her wanton ways. I don't think I've ever survived all the way through that. Because it's a will save. So you have to have a high wisdom in order for it to do. 26 isn't that low. The will save is 19. Nobody else is even close. Oh, shit. How so good. Oh, because she's got the charisma stuff. Divine Grace. Yep. I forget. So great.
A bright future awaits us.
So great. I should redo this. But how come that's not on Gimpy already? That's the real question. How come that's not on Gimpy already? We need to fix that. So great. Oh, it's supposed to be on Gimpy, but it's not on him. Right? Fear is there. Oh, for some reason it's not on him. That would have helped, you know. So Grace, Ring of Luck, Divine Grace. That's it's a paladin. So we're gonna save Scum. Save Scum a little. Because we'd like to, you know, have a shot at actually doing. Before we go in there. Buff setup, so great. It's supposed to be on Gimpy, but for whatever reason it's not. Now it is, I think. There's Bestow Grace. So, charisma bonus, if any. So, a whopping +3. So, will saving throws up to 21. Will Splendor. Equipment from Splendor. Not that. Oh, no, that's the spell, isn't it? I wish this stuff was alphabetized. There's Bull Strength. So, the charisma. Whopping +4. Dwarf is the killer part. So anyway, +21. Gonna have to still make some decent throws there. Dice rolls. Wisdom can't go up anymore because the headband's +6. There's 2. There's no other way to get the up higher, is there? Are there any spells that actually help with that stuff? It's not skill check. Oh, heroism. Do we have heroism? Cast heroism. Greater heroism too would be good. This group does not look like it. He doesn't do. Being a ranger, and it's not a ranger. Not a paladin either. Wisdom isn't a cleric then. Does he? Oh, I get so. The answer is no. Don't have any. Surprised we don't have any items that do heroism. We would have had some by now.
We will win this war.
We just probably don't have them.
Adventures await.
Well, that was off.
You call?
Rules are made to be broken.
I'm up for an adventure.
I found it. The answer is no. We don't have anything that really helps. So, have to make some lucky dice rolls. AKA, it's not going to happen. Let's see. Let's not do 23. That's only 2-point difference.
Watch out for trouble. I need to concentrate.
Guidance. 1 minute until discharged. Unless of your arrogance, you have no idea what powers I command. Samira just shrugs, looked bored, but no matter what powers you possess, I doubt they would impress me more than the two bailers who started a fight in the middle of the city. I had to force into obedience. I doubt you would be a match for an infuriated Merilith robbed by her some cunning thief. Negotiating with you will hardly be more difficult than negotiating with the unknown monster that emerged from Ishiar and planned to devour this whole island in a single gulp. If you seek to impress me, you'll have to do something more than just boasting your powers. What is your task? So speak if you have, don't give a blah. I do not serve you, I don't tell you anything. Screw you, you can stew in your ignorance. What, you little piece of filth? Crushes your will, blah blah, make that check. This is the easy one. Don't have to roll 5 there. Can't break me. Hey, look at me, that one. Rolled a 10, needed a 10. So this time we have to roll a 15 on this next one. Keep trying, it won't work. You regret that, you little son of a bitch. If you wish to talk, so be it. I'll rip everything out of your mind. And there's the fail. So, needed a 15, rolled a 7. Actually, no, we needed a 14. Still. Efficiently and mercilessly as a hunter dressing a carcass. Suddenly, hold on, champion, together we will overpower the magic of this fiend. You've lost, get out of my head. She, blah blah blah. Exhausted, it hisses through clenched teeth. You cretin, get out of my high arm now. So that's right, she has to do it twice. And once isn't good enough. Buzzing hum rises among the throng of spectators who witness your confrontation. You hear angry curses directed at you, but they ring hollow. For the first time in centuries, Samira has received a public dressing down, and witnessing it was a true delight for the assembled demons. So 10,000 experience for that. How close to leveling up is it? Not that close. So, that was technically a success.
Keep your calm.
Exploits are the subject of every conversation in Lucianera. How are they not right now? For the mines, we've done that. There was a city that lay there, dark lady in particular must be aware of what is afoot in their territory, and perhaps they will agree to help deal with Hepsimera, but how to draw their attention. We have to kill stuff. Talk to the inhabitants of the Den of Sweat Horror. I don't know where that is. Thank you, sir.
There are many roads to success.
You are most curious,
There we go.
mortal.
You're rather intriguing yourself.
There's a reason they call me Nocticula, the Lady in Shadow. My words and thoughts are shrouded in darkness.
Take it I finally have your attention.
Yes, your arrival in Alashanira was quite impressive. Rumors have reached me even here, behind my locked gates and my wall of valiant guards. Rumors of a remarkable Galarian taking my Alashanira by storm.
I love when we've talked to her, I finally realize again that I'm mispronouncing the name of the city. I say Alushanira, but it's Alushanira. Okay. I'm asking for an audience.
You have my permission to enter the palace. Go there and wait. I will arrive when the time is right. Until then, you will be taken care of by one of my servants.
Okay, so now... Okay, so we're going to go back to the Nexus, go pick up Ember, because Ember's got to talk to Kila. It's a fun part of the game. Got to do it. Do it every time, because it's I find it that enjoyable. I've done it 3 times, and I'm going to do it number 4. So, Nexus. Okay. Now, okay, Ember. Ember is lit. Actually, she's ready to go, I think. Doesn't really need anything, but it is charisma. That's right, yeah. So let's just make sure. Back. As far as items go, she's a holy light focus 1. That's no big deal for her. She's a witch. She's going to be doing mostly hexes in combat. Will saving throws again. Spells she casts. Ashmaker. Patient spells that she doesn't. Yeah, she uses them, but again, she's not going to be a regular in the group. I'm just wanting to make sure that she's competent to fight something. Between the bow and this, she should be good. Not that special. Armor. She doesn't really do armor. One versus fear. Not. Damage. Spell she casts does more damage. Same type. That's right, this affects our hexes. Constitution. Some bonus on attack and say, let's give her that. Saving throws for her. It's a level 7 spell or higher. She gets 10 temporary hit points. 4 just in case. Distance 3. If she has anything. No enemies or allies in a 10-foot area. They get a +3 bonus to damage rolls on their attack, on their range attacks, and a +2 bonus on all saving throws. This increases the effective caster level by 4 when you disclose. Is attacked in melee stuff. Ring, deadly swing. Would give her the storm roller as well, although she's not that stuff. Summons. Summon stuff for fun. So I think we're okay. That initiative. This is the initiative. So her initiative check, so she shoots fast or shoots earlier. And Ember is a spontaneous caster. Right? Okay. Go. Okay, so this time around we're going to have Ember join us in exchange for who? Had to be for a rook. We lose a lot of damage output, but Ember is more of a crowd control type person, so it's kind of a wash.
Does anyone require my counsel?
Yeah, why aren't you fully... No, that's right, you got her from that little exchange. Okay, so go talk to Nocticula. That's the big bridge. This is the big bridge. Heroism Greater. Ah, there we go. It was from Ember has the Heroism Greater. Oh, the dragon. So, +4 morale bonuses, attack rolls, saves, and skill checks, immunity to fear, and temporary hit points equal to cash level, maximum 20. Okay, screwed up. So, I haven't been here yet. All shelves are stuffed with countless books and scrolls, praising the Lady Chow's many deeds, stuff.
I will guide.
Stuff to steal.
I sense something.
Lexicon of Paradox Part 2. Handwriting.
Something unusual.
Draft of a letter. Oh, look, it's another arrow. Midnight bolt. Projector. Right in our eyes. As you know, my dear Dressy, given the scope of our planes, time is a relative concept, and in the abyss it can be even more unreliable. Therefore, I do not allow myself the vain hope that my message will reach you in time. Mysterious stranger. Your final question was about the possibility of a complete awakening of the memories of our mortal life within a soul that has already passed through Pharasma's judgment. I will send you the research on all the cases of which I am aware where such an awakening took place. This is backstory stuff. Piece of a puzzle. Despite the fact that this list is quite extensive, my conclusion is that all such recorded cases are the rarest exceptions to the rule, and with the absolute majority of souls, an occurrence such as this cannot happen. Both the wonder and the tragedy of mortality lie in the fact that there is a certain moment after which the process is final and irreversible. The essence that departs the judgment of the Lady of Graves is no longer what it was in life, and we, as scientists, must account for this in the system of knowledge we are constructing.
Focus on the goal.
Okay, the other stuff we just picked up. So, Midnight Bolts. It's for unfinished draft of a letter. Greetings, colleague. I thank you for the selection of materials that arrived along with your last letter. Unfortunately, I'm unable to procure even the simplest specialized studies at present, as Galarian's libraries are out of my reach. Oddly enough, stuff. Last letter went over the matter of resurrecting those who stepped into the murky waters of the River of Souls. Evidence shows that they appeared before Pharasma's judgment. Stuff. So, letter in small handwriting. May glory be showered on your head. Your interest in the creation of demi-planes is understandable. Any individual who has reached a certain level of power seeks for themselves a safe haven, a peaceful place for study and rest. That is why I place my high hopes in your prudence. Remember that any demi-plane is but a shard of one of the true planes that typically remain under the watchful eye of the powers that be. As such, I do hope that you haven't incurred the wrath of any of the powers that hold sway over the fringe you've subjugated. As for stabilization, alas, there isn't much you can do once the fragmentation and consolidate. I hate that word. Consolidation have been completed. Nevertheless, I have no doubt that you've given enough consideration to such important matters and ensured that your creation will be safe for you and your servants. Unless, of course, you're preparing an elaborate trap. And then the Lexicon of Paradox 2. Second half of the Lexicon of Paradox lies before the commander. Many mortal researchers have ventured to turn their scientific curiosity on the phenomenon that is the world wound, noting that it appears to have a life of its own. The secrets of the architect of the world wound laid bare. All that remains is to absorb them, make sense of them, grasp their true meaning. The letters written by the hands of Orlish appear to have a life of all their own. A moment's inattention and they begin to disperse, changing shape and moving toward the edge of the page as though they are planning to leap off. Focus on the text. Gimpy's attention focuses on a couple of words that seem to have only just swapped places. The trees as though they never moved at all. But out of the corner of his eye, the commander sees several words that on the other side of the page begin a discrete game of leapfrog. So I don't know. But well. Yes. Not sure even sure I read the part 1 still. Did I give it away? The book actually. Make money during the war against demons. Sure, it's easy to. What's the name of the book I just picked up? Paradox of something. The P? Lexicon of Paradox Part 2. So I don't have Lexicon of Paradox Part 1. I might have given it away. I might have given it to the Queen. Back when. So long ago. Other stuff we can might have since you were playing around with her before. Yeah, well, happy Wednesday. I think I did give it to her, because I usually don't. For whatever reason, I don't think I've really given it to her on my other playthroughs, and this time I think I did it just to see what would happen, and can't do. I think it makes the Queen like you more, right? When you give it to her. It's an emerald we don't really need.
It is done. I am finished.
Nicticula, where are you?
Greetings.
Not Nicticula. A stately shadow comes towards you. In its hands, a small mirror sparkles and shimmers with an unsettling light. Greetings, Gimpy. I came to speak to Nocticula, not you, Erilu.
All in good time. You will have your meeting with the Lady in Shadow. But first, there is something else. You have walked a long path, one where shadows constantly flicker at the edge of your vision, and questions multiply like flies above carrion. It is time for answers. At least, some of them.
Lifts her mirror and you fall into its cold, shimmering depths.
Day 16, Aridus 4715. Experiment, transformation. Subject, let's skip that. Objective: to embed the essence of a Nahindrian crystal in the soul of the subject. Expected result: the essence will coalesce with the subject's soul, which will ready itself for total transformation, triggering the concomitant powers. The time has come to put my plan into action.
I don't want to be a guinea pig.
You are my creation. Your power was my gift. Now you know.
She stares at you, her gaze unrelenting, probing. The witch is silent for a long time. When she speaks, her voice is unreadable, betraying no emotion. You won't make me believe this lie. Say I believe you. Why do you need to do all this?
You are asking the right questions, but the time has not yet come.
The unseen angel does not speak, but a silence seems to thunder in your ears.
Your power is of the same kind as that of Nulkineth, Jeribeth, and the other demons that you have met. The power of the Nahindrian crystal dissolved into the blood lies within your soul. I have already hinted at this to you once before, when I left the essence along with the lexicon of paradox in my old laboratory, and ordered the suture to make sure the gift found its way into your hands. But there is more. Do you remember when you were taken to Canobris with a wound that would not heal? Do you remember how Terendelev apparently healed you? That was merely an illusion. The dragon was only able to temporarily dull the pain. In fact, it was I who saved you, when I came to you in the caves and implanted a crystal within you. No, saved is not the right word. Your wound is still not healed. That is why your wound weeps blood from time to time, every drop of which burns your enemies.
Ow. As to confirm her words, blood begins to seep from the wound in your chest. Eerie flames seem to dance within the crimson drops.
This is pure essence of Nahindrian crystal. My invention is far superior to the crystals used by Xanther, which were barely refined at all. It will give you new strength, and help you to overcome the wound that still slumbers within your soul. Take it. Take it, and you will see that this is the very power that has lived in you since the Battle of Canobris.
Ulrich doesn't say a word, but you notice his pale face, his clenched teeth, and extended claws on his fingers. Not going to work. You need to tell me everything first.
Very well, then. Ask your questions, and I will answer.
What is this wound in my soul? How dangerous is it?
It was my mistake. My failure. I failed to... The tale is too long to recount here. Your wound is a reflection of the world wound, in a way. It is very dangerous, even if you do not yet realize it. It is not a disease, but rather an abscess, which will one day burst and kill you. It cannot fully be healed until the world wound is healed. No doubt you have felt this affliction on several occasions. It awakens when you use your power. It makes you sense more strongly what mortals call the corruption of the abyss. Until the world wound is healed, you will have no peace.
You followed me.
Of course. I even kept notes. I began my observations long before our meeting in Canobris. You were chosen and prepared for a special destiny. I am pleased to see that you still wear them. I enchanted them specially to protect you from danger. I am glad you found my gift useful.
Technically not wearing them.
Aside from this, I helped you, even when you were unaware of my presence. I saved you and your unfortunate companions when you fell into the crevice in Canobris. In the Grey Garrison, it was I who distracted Minago to allow you to approach the Wardstone. And in Dresden, I appeared under the guise of Yoniel to guide you toward the Sword of Valor. And I also left you a present in my old laboratory, and told the Suture to see that you received it. I knew that sooner or later you would find your way there. That place exerts a powerful pull.
Turns out you helped me thwart the plans of your masters, Baphomet and Tascari.
They are not my masters, they are a resource.
Was that whole ploy with the lab necessary? You were ready to sacrifice your servant, the Suture, for it.
You always have to sacrifice something. I wanted you to go to the laboratory to see with your own eyes what I had been doing and what I am capable of, so it would be easier for you to accept the truth. The laboratory is the place where I prepared your ascent. And the Suture was the only one who I could trust to execute my plan and explain everything. After all, he too once experienced rebirth at my hands. And that is why I was willing to risk his life.
Speaking of Suture, he's currently being held captive by Hepsamira. I saw her buy him at the flesh market.
I don't understand why you felt the need to tell me that.
Told me everything. All you know is trickery and deceit. How can I trust you?
Honesty is a luxury we cannot often afford. I don't expect you to understand this now, but at least try to remember it for the future.
Tell me about the crystals. Start from the beginning.
Nihindrian crystals are formed from the solidified blood of demon lords. Their properties are not well known, even among the inhabitants of the Abyss. And there are reasons for this. Acquiring the blood of a dead demon lord is very difficult. After a demon lord dies, their body is instantly absorbed into the Rift of Repose. Only the Lady in Shadow knows how to kill them in a way that allows her to preserve the bodies of her fellow lords and transform them into a solid state. That means that Nihindrian crystals cannot be obtained anywhere other than the Midnight Isles. Or rather, it was impossible until recently, when I managed to experimentally obtain a crystal from the blood of a still living lord. You saw the result. A dagger made from Tascari's freshly shed blood, which I left for you in Canabris. As regards the use of the crystals, that is a discussion that would take time, a very long time. Someday I will finish my groundbreaking treatise on the transformation of Nihindrian crystals, although it is unlikely I will ever publish it.
They figured out how to use the crystals to imbue the creatures with power.
Not just any creatures, demons and half-demons. The soul must have a stable connection with the Abyss in order for it to receive the power of the crystal. Experiments involving tieflings and mongrels failed because the voice of the Abyss was not strong enough within them.
But I'm not a demon.
I wasn't a demon either when I started. But there are always ways to circumvent, or even to override the laws of the universe. I changed myself by knitting my soul together with the essence of the Abyss. And I changed you. Do you remember the fits of rage that began shortly after Tascari's attack on Canabris? This is how the second half of your soul manifested itself. Not yet fully aware. Not yet awakened. It's a pity you did not choose to let your demonic nature take hold. The result would have been most impressive.
That was the run number 3 for me.
Oh, those arrogant Crusaders, those knights with their eyes ablaze, those pious priests. They have installed at the head of their magnificent army a scion of the Abyss, the creation of the architect of the world wound, whom they so revile.
It's strange to see you here in Nocticula's palace. Who do you really serve? Tascari? Baphomet?
Both. And neither. I have served both Tascari and Baphomet, and not merely as the lowest in the pecking order. But I do not think you'll be surprised when I tell you that to me, both of these mighty lords are merely convenient temporary sources of power. And their time is almost at an end. But the Lady in Shadow is different. She is the preeminent ruler. Soon you will understand this for yourself.
Power is different from that of Jerebeth, Nulkaneth, and the other demon.
Yes, because I taught Xanther and the other servants of Baphomet and Discari the earliest version of this transformation ritual. I spent decades perfecting it until I obtained the power that I gave to you. Power in its most purified form, cleansed of the filth and chaos inherent within the original blood of the demon lords. Your power is as pure as thrice distilled water, but it resonates with other powerful sources of supernatural power, such as the Sword of Valor. And your power can change. You must have realized this already. You have shaped my gift into a form that you yourself have chosen.
Hey, Freakster, welcome back. Happy Wednesday.
You are seeking answers, trying to understand the crux of the matter. That is good.
To know is this, what do you want from me?
Patience. Before we continue, I want you to receive your power.
Use this power, but I will decide how to use it. Join chats and get gifted subs. It happens. Now you touch the essence and the power so familiar and clear flows through. Sorry. You touch the essence and the power so familiar and clear flows through you like a river. The power that courses through you is so immense the wound on your chest closes up as if it had never existed.
Now you know. You truly know.
Last word, the power of the sun.
Enough! Enough of this madness! I was blind. O Lady of Heaven, how blind I was. I saw holiness in the half-fiend's creation. But is it truly possible? Angelic light in a creature of darkness? Am I tricking myself into thinking that I have been deceived? Forgive me, champion. I must leave you. I must collect myself. Pray. Reflect. Find me in the Nexus.
You love me, you really do? Should I be scared? Should I look out my window right now and see if you're out there? I have a feeling you're looking through my window right now.
I want to help you close the world wound.
Oh, you're not outside my window? Okay. You're not a stalker? I don't know. The stalkers say. These words are cut off by a quiet laugh. Sitting on the throne that was empty just a moment ago is none other than Nocticula, ruler of Lucianera in the Midnight Isles, a powerful demon lord, and the one they call Our Lady in Shadow. Her red lips curl into an ironic smile, and her large eyes observe you with keen interest.
You were about to say, we are going to close the world wound, weren't you, Aurilu? I see no reason to continue deceiving this mortal. Now I am convinced that he is quite worthy of serving me. I will even reward him with a modicum of knowledge about the events in which he is about to take part.
I have too many questions and I demand answers. Tree weapon. Word of warning, don't play games with me. I'm not afraid to fight you.
Do I truly frighten you so, mortal? That you must reach for your weapon? Don't be afraid. I won't hurt you.
Ring, it's actually not. Once you know where to get it from, it's actually really easy to get. Just so you know. But finding it is the hard part.
I have had my eye on you for a very long time. You see, it was at my behest that Lady Vorlesh imbued you with such incredible powers. But I was curious to see your worth as an individual, not as Lady Vorlesh's creation. Thus, I decided to postpone our meeting. and see how you'd fare in Alashanira, and whether or not you could win respect and power among those not so easily impressed by outstanding magical abilities. Well, you've passed my test adequately by proving that your character and your will are stronger than the Nehindrian powers Lady Vorlesh has vested in you.
You are wise, my lady. However, only those who have never known or forgotten what it is like to be mortal can so easily dismiss the importance of power. To be someone whose life is fragile and can be cut short at any moment, like a candle snuffed out by a gust of wind.
It is a shame your angel has left you, mortal. I would have liked to talk to him. I don't expect that we'll get better chances that celestial buffoon's days are numbered.
Tone is casual, but her eyes are intense, scrutinizing. You able to see the hand I've inherited despite all his enchantments. You think the guy the hand has inherited is going to die.
He got charged off alone to the vastness of the abyss. An old friend awaits him there, the Echo of Discari. And the Echo has been anticipating this meeting for a long time.
Sound warble? Not on my end. And here told me his magic deceived the eyes of the evil spawn of the abyss, but not yours. Tell me about the Echo of Discari. Why does the Echo of Discari?
Perhaps you don't know everything about me yet, mortal. Perhaps you made the same mistake as many before you, and many who are more insightful and more powerful than you, by presuming to know what to expect from the Lady in Shadow.
I'm not sure why it was warbling. Tell me about the Echo of Discari. Why does he frown?
Envy, humiliation, ego. The usual playthings of little boys from all planes and realities. The Echoes suffered more than one defeat. First at Eridan's hand, then under the onslaught of the forces of heaven. Those routes taught him to attack his enemies by stealth, boldly and often, killing and crippling anyone close to the light-bringing goddess. Now, it seems, he has decided the time has come. The Herald of Iomade himself is in the abyss alone, without a retinue of lesser angels.
Tell me about the Echo.
He is a strange creature, a bespoke creation, so to speak. Long before the world wound was opened, Discari, that little cricket, was seeking a way to have some fun on Galarian and assert his influence there. One day, he decided to gather a few strong mortal followers, fuse them together into one being, and pump that being full of his own power, in the belief that something worthwhile would come of it. That is how the Echo came to be. To the great dismay of both the Echo and the Lord of Crickets, the Echo was greeted by Eridan, protector of humankind. Eridan gave the Echo such a thorough thrashing, the whole abyss thought him dead. And yet he was not. Cricket, the younger, is alive and well, though I cannot say the same for Eridan. But the Echo remembers his humiliation still. He hates anything and everything related to Eridan, especially his inheritor, Iomade. Her heralds, her priests, her temples. He would hate Iomade's pet pug, if she had one. He's an interesting little bird, that Angel. Before he became the Herald of Iomade, he served Regathiel, the General of Vengeance. I've always found the fate of that Imperial Lord to be quite fascinating. Did you know that the father of the Upper Plains' top military leader was a devil from hell? Regathiel had to achieve many feats to redeem his unholy legacy in the eyes of the other Imperial Lords. But he did. A remarkable tale, is it not?
Conversation is interrupted by a concerned-looking succubus who silently approaches.
Hello, Gimpy. It is time to take a break. Go check on the dogs. Your next break is in 1 hour.
Nocticula and then begins fervently whispering into her ear. Nocticula's expression turns hard and cold. As Nocticula ponders the new development, the messenger makes eyes at you playfully. Recognize those green eyes, except that they were awash with pain when last you saw them, their owner bleeding out in the caverns of the Nexus. Succubus smiles slightly and gives you a wink.
Another island, another loss. Enough! I warned them that I would not stand for the desolation of my realm. They have not heeded me, and they will regret it. Go to your sisters, and tell them to prepare.
Meticulous sends the green-eyed servant away and turns her face to you once again. I know that Succubus.
Yes, you've already met Laulia, my talented assistant. I've heard she was very convincing at acting out her tragic death in the mines of the Nexus. As you can see, I've been watching you since your very first moments in the Abyss, and even a little earlier. I have prepared a beautiful intrigue that will topple many of your enemies and seal the world wound forever, ending the threat to Galarian. And you have the chance to become part of that intrigue.
Companion Ember would like to speak to you, but we gotta take a break first, and when we come back, we'll have that. Ember meets Nocticula. It will be funny. Anyway, be back shortly. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the dog video.